And there we are. Good morning. It is cold. I've got hair. It is cold and breezy. So I had my hood up for a while. I could probably take it down now. It's not very windy right now. But woo! Winter is definitely here. There was a big heavy snow last night. Unfortunately, it didn't stick because it happened right at the end of dusk. So it was still not quite cold enough for the snow to stick. But it is very cold. So winter is here. It's cold and I'm happy. I don't know why I love the overcast sky and the cold weather. It fills me with joy to see this, I don't know, this soft overcast winter morning sky. I don't know. Something about the cold has always filled me with adventure and a desire to, I don't know, go out and face the challenges. Something about the cold weather just does that to me. I don't know why. But anyway, so holidays are coming up, and we just had a Thanksgiving here, and it was all right. There was not a lot of talk about politics from any of my family or cousins. It was just talking about being worried for the future. And it seems like, at least in my family, the Trump craze has kind of died out. And now we just care about things that, well, I should say, are caring about things that I think matter more. Like wanting to build families and, you know, the talk that I heard from the couple of cousins that came to visit, my aunt, they don't really, because they used to talk about Trump a lot. They didn't do that this year. They just talked about worrying and hoping and wanting the economy to be better, hoping that their kids and grandkids are going to be okay. So more normal, healthier talk, in my opinion. I guess that's good. I would rather have my normie family not be invested in politics, honestly. But regardless, it was a good holiday for me. I got to visit some family, like 4 of them. Not a lot, but it was nice, the ones I got to see. It was a pleasant weekend. And I'm considering maybe getting a Nintendo Switch because the older ones are cheaper now, but I don't know. Black Friday has a lot of taunting, teasing offers that appeal to me, but I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, my experience with my family over this holiday, it showed me that they were cautiously hopeful that things might start to get a little better. So I am of 2 minds on this, and I want to ask you guys about it. When it comes to promoting the values that we care about, whether they be traditional American values, whether they be the values of the Go Free method and white well-being, do you think that it is worth it to try to push your friends and family the way that we push people that we don't know personally? Because I tried to push my personal friends and family towards where I am, and it had disastrous results. And I've still not really recovered from it. What about you guys? Do you think it's worth it to try to push your personal friends and family to care, to be aware? Do you think it's worth it? Because I don't anymore. I don't. Because I'm old now. I'm young Gen X, but I'm in my mid-40s. And I don't think the people in my life are going to change much now. I think that if you want, at least in my opinion, I just don't think that you can get a lot of change out of the people in your personal life. Because, I don't know, at least with my experience, regular people don't want to have to think about anything scary or heavy. And most people are regular. They're not motivated by whatever motivates people like me and you. They're just not motivated. They don't care. And I think it might be a disservice to them to try to get them to care. So for the last couple years, being around family, I just sort of pull back on the stick and just let them talk about what they want to talk about. I'll use the Go Free lexicon, and I will use talking points that you might hear on my channel in a very subdued way if particular topics come up, like, which they usually don't, but if things like, you know, the ugliness of advertising, like if something's on TV, like they put on sport ball and stuff sometimes, I might say something about it, but usually I just don't anymore. And I've noticed that my family likes me more and talks to me more. So, I don't know, do you think that it is worth pushing personal friends and family? Because in my experience, it was just disastrous trying to be the one that changed my friends and family. It was very disastrous for me personally. I'm curious about your experience. How have you been able to move the needle in your family and your personal friend group, or have you destroyed those things in pursuit of this culture war stuff? Because with me, it was the latter. I ravaged my personal life fighting this war and trying to motivate and push people around me to do the same. It just didn't go well for me. And now I'm dealing with the fallout from that, and I don't know if it'll ever be the same, and probably won't be. And I'm a lot lonelier, more messed up now than I used to be. So I'm just curious about you guys. Oop, I'm not used to wearing these big thick gloves. Man, it's cold. So, anyway, let me know in the comments, how has your experience gone with especially family, but like personal friends you've had for most of your life? How has it gone when you try to pressure them, to make them aware of things, to get them to not say things like racist and woke and shit like that? And when you tell them, you know, hey, this is not true. Or when it comes to the COVID narrative, be like, hey, I think this is very suspect and stupid. I think you should look into this. Like when it comes to countering the anti-narrative and pushing dissident thought against that narrative to your friends and family, how has that gone for you? I'm curious because I've never really done a poll or talked to people at length about this. Like, I don't know. Like I've talked about this a little bit at like the OGC meetup. And I got mixed experiences. Some people's families are on board, and some people's aren't, and it was a mixed bag. So I'm curious, when it comes to the white well-being folks, because I know a lot of you listening to my channel, how has it gone with you pushing the Go Free method with your personal friends and loved ones? Do they use the lexicon? Have they changed at all? How has it gone? How have you succeeded in altering and changing your personal life and friends and family? For me, it hasn't been very good at all. I've had minor success with like my main cousin I spend a lot of time with and my mother, but they're still basically the same as they were. They don't care about anything big picture. I don't even know if it's in them to do that. So I don't know. Just curious about all that. Now, when it comes to interacting with people about things that are not directly related to our racial struggles, when it comes to trying to get your friends and family to just think better, like, hey, maybe you shouldn't just, you know, regurgitate Fox News as your own opinion, or hey, when it comes to this COVID narrative stuff, this is probably what happened here, A, B, C, D, and E. And you remember the Twitter files came out and we were right about the FBI pressuring and manipulating Twitter and stuff. Like, do you share that stuff with your friends and family? Because I've tried to, and they just don't want to hear it. They just reject it outright. They don't want to hear it. They're like ostrich head in the sand immediately. So I don't even try anymore. I'm just curious, do you guys? When it comes to the non-racial stuff, like, you know, media lies and the COVID bullshit and lies about the war machine and the stupid Iraq war and Israel stuff, like, do you guys have any success sharing that with your family? I never have. I've tried, but it doesn't really go anywhere and they don't seem to care. So I'm just curious if you've had success doing that. I don't know, man. Like, I've made my whole life, these last 7 or 8 years, I've made my whole life about trying to fight and win this war. And what has it gotten me? Alienated, lonely, angry, just messed up and wound up all the time, unable to enjoy anything. It wasn't worth it. It just wasn't for me. Is it worth it big picture? Did I help move some invisible boulder I can't see to make the future better? Well, shit, I hope so, or this was all for nothing just to destroy my own life. Just, I don't know. The older I get, the more I just want to quit all this. Because It's not going to stop. Like, this culture war, this war for survival, it's going to outlive me. Even if I live another 40 years, it's going to outlive me. I'm either going to live to see the end or to see the beginning of a new sunrise. But I'm not going to see the culmination. At least I don't think so anyway. So what years do I have left? Do I have 10? Do I have 20? Do I have 40 or 50? I don't know. I don't know how many years I have left. But I would like them to be good. I just don't know if they can be. I struggle to find fulfillment or joy in anything anymore. Like I've talked about many times on my morning walk series. And I've been attempting to nurture and to build healthy relationships with the people in my family cluster that I've not really engaged with in the last 10 or 20 years. And it's not going well. They have their own lives. They have kids and grandkids. They have their own friends, their own circles of stuff to do, and I'm just not included. I'm just not part of it. It's probably for the best, I guess. But I don't know. I try to find fulfillment in fiction and video games and watching stuff and hanging out with people, but I get very little. I don't know what my problem is up here or in here. I don't know. But it's rough. And I wondered if you guys have had similar experiences with family or successes with family. So I figured I would make my morning walk about that today. Also, it is just absolutely gorgeous, so I wanted to capture all this for you guys. So I'm going to do a slow turnaround here so you can look at the beautiful sky. I'll go back the other way. It is just gorgeous out here today in the Shire. All right. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up here so I don't talk too long. But I love this weather. I loved getting to share my thoughts with you today. And do let me know in the comments what kind of successes and failures you've had trying to influence and change the regular people in your life and friends and family group. I'm curious if you've had any success, because I haven't really. A little bit, but not like I do with strangers, not like I do with helping the white well-being movement or helping OGC network or just helping get, exposed to lies in the media. I feel successful in doing that. But man, when it comes to personal stuff, I just feel like a failure. But anyway, I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay warm. If you enjoy the cold like me, I hope you enjoy the cold. And I'll see you Thursday night. Me and Chris will be back with Empire of Lies. God bless everybody.